How about now? Now you should, can you hear me now? It wasn't on the right setting. Hold on. Yeah, I've got it on the right setting now. I see it's picking up and showing my mic. Okay, got it. Yes. Yeah. All right, good, right? See, it didn't used to do this. You could close it down, right? It was just a a setting that they keep switching to something else. It doesn't stay on what it used to stay on. That's fine, you guys. We'll do it. That's right. And I've stripped down what they requested that was conflicting with changes, I don't know, in their software. So if we got sound and you can see me and I really, we like the bells and whistles when we have them. Yeah, let's do a repeat of the questions. So we've already got 5. We're not going to take any more. And let's see, I know we had, so just type in your questions again and I'll grab those 5, okay? I've already got Jackie's. So I just need Gina's and let's see. Oh yeah, and uh Cena, yours, and Erica, can you retype yours? Sorry. I wish there was a way that I could just like transfer. Hopefully, well, it really shouldn't. Okay. Gina and wait. Okay. See, okay. Cena, Gina, it rhymes. Thanks. Thanks, artist Liz. I hope you're feeling better too. I would like to catch up with you and see how you're doing. We'll just try and get your questions read, everyone's questions read, and hope that this doesn't crash or something. Yeah, hopefully it won't because I am adhering to there's Erica's, got it. Now I just need that one other. Who was that? Trying to remember. All right. From now on, it's ScreamYard. Yeah. And of course, let's see. Is that the 4th question? There you're working on it. Same. I'm working on it too. Well, I just need that one other question. I'm not recalling who else had asked. Oh, well, I have 4 questions, so hopefully, and I have her question. I have Xena's question, and I've got Erica, and I have Jackie. All right, come on. Gina. Okay, Jackie, Xena, Gina, Erica. All right. So whose was the other one? All right. I don't know whose that was. Well, I tell you what, Mystic. That's who it was. Mystic, are you here? Let me just see. Hopefully Mystic will come back. They probably said, that's too screwy. Let me just see what it's looking like here on the channel. Screwy. There we go. All right. I wish I had Mystic's question. All right. Well, we can go ahead and take another one because I don't see Mystic in here now. Bless. All right, Isabel. Thank you. There we go. All right, no more questions. And we'll try this again, y'all. All right, here we go. All right, Jackie's general question was about the summer. Let's give this a reshuffle because that one looked difficult. And I thought, oh, come on. All right, let's see what we get. And I'm going to use the Trishe Jaimes Personal Predictions deck. Yep. Comes from Australia. I always thought it was the UK, but I know better. Australia, very different than the UK. And this is one of her latest. All right. So Jackie B. All right, guides. How is Jackie B's summer going to go, and what is the advice for 2025? Just bounce back up to the live. I like Trisha's decks too. All right. Well, it says luck is on your side. I'm liking this better already. And just a reminder, tarot readings aren't always accurate, but this is for entertainment. Completing a cycle. Okay. Let me just see. I might change the style of this. There. Or, nah, okay. Anyway. So luck is on your side, completing a cycle. They do sell out fast, and she doesn't tend to, once they're gone. I hope she will reintroduce some of them. Success and celebrate. That's good. And see both sides. So there's a call to be open-minded, and you have some kind of success and celebration. Maybe something around that just to keep an open mind in general. And there's completing some kind of cycle, and you have luck on your side. So that's good. I'm going to pull a few more cards for you. There might be some things that are not as expected, but again, goes in your favor. Now, that's a repeating message, and we always want to look for, a repeating message. Blood on their hands. SKB. Hold on, folks. I do want to check my settings here. All right. I don't know if I can change this over to just, well, whatever. It's probably on public. All right. Anyhow, taking a look, it looks good. It looks like it should be successful, things going in your favor, but to try to see both sides of things, and in particularly where you might be celebrating something. Okay. It looks good. Let me pull a few more. Reconnect. Relive past. And that's interesting because you do have like completing a cycle. I'm sorry, SKB. We'll lift up your friend and um, you know, get back to you on that, okay? Much love to you. Hey, Fiona, thank you. And you have improved situation. So there's something about reconnecting to the past, and maybe, it could be people that you've known in the past, and something is improved as a result. Maybe something's clarified, if there were things. Yeah, social connection. So it really does sound like there is a lot of social uh uh, connective uh, activity. And something that's interesting with the past, maybe friends from the past might reconnect with you, and maybe through social media. But I am getting that lack of motivation card again, which you came out in the first reading I was doing for you. So watch your energy levels, you know, watch your energy levels. Vehicle transport is highlighted, which wouldn't be surprised when you're doing all that socializing, and it says prepare and organize. Maybe you're going to be doing a lot of the driving. Make sure that no matter what, if you're traveling around, that you're, getting enough rest. Your energy levels have been fluctuating. Yeah, if you have that going on, excuse me, you definitely want to check. I like this one better. You definitely want to check with that. Sometimes, like I had that problem, for example, I'm not giving anyone medical advice, but mine turned out that I needed iron. And so you might want to get a little, if you run into this a lot, you might want to have a little blood panel done and check your iron levels, or try taking just 30, what the general. Oh, you're getting blood work 2 weeks from now. Wow, I had no idea. um I think it's a good thing. You might need some, you might be low in your iron, because when I get like where I'm really tired, historically I've had that problem. So I know from past blood work that I need to watch my iron and energy levels. Yep, I schedule it in advance. Got scripts from multiple doctors. Got it. So that's good. I think that the energy level is a warning, maybe not to overdo also socially, honor your body and what it's telling you. Don't try and overdo. And that's really hard sometimes when, if you get like people reconnecting and you haven't seen them in a long time, and I know how that is with my health, and my own levels can be very unpredictable and so frustrating. So I would suggest, definitely, I'm glad to hear, and please keep us in the loop, Jackie, what they say, and lifting you up in prayer for sure. And um hopefully it's just something where you just need a little iron, you know? And they say to take Vit C with iron. It helps you to, in case you didn't know, helps you to absorb the iron more when you're healing. Artist Liz says, I've had several iron infusions in my lifetime. Ooh, I've had to have blood infusions, transfusions myself, but not the iron infusion yet. I hope I don't have to. It has to do with my autoimmune diseases and a lack of B absorption. Yes, I have the lack of B absorption issue. Oh, you had your thyroid removed in 2020. I'm sure that that can affect then, like a domino, because usually that's the thing with our bodies. We always think there's just one thing, but many times what I thought was just one thing, I found out there's a few layers going on. So, yeah, get that blood panel. If they're going to take the blood from you, tell them to do the everything that you can get covered, seriously. And yes, same girl, same. I have right over here, I have my D3 and K2 in coconut oil. And especially if I'm being on bed rest, if you have health issues and you're not outside to get that sunshine that you need every day, and I'm not, unfortunately, please make sure that you've got that kind of a thing, that D, B, and iron. Exactly, exactly. So we're thinking of you, Jackie, lifting you up big time, girl. I'm going to entrust you to Saint Padre Pio. He's my favorite. And I'm going to I'm going to have to make little backgrounds of him. Ooh, that'll be fun. Anyway, all right. So it looks like you've got a lot of socializing, mind your energy, and if, close friends, they'll work around with you, maybe you could just FaceTime instead or something like that, and where you can lay down and rest, honor your body and enjoy yourself. And if things from the other reading that popped up, like family issues and things like that, where there's come up, you know, don't worry, just focus on your health because that's number one. All right. Honoring that and enjoying yourself. And luck, remember, you got twice luck going on your side, and that's not for nothing. When we get a repeat, that usually means something. Sorry, guys, I cannot stand having dry lips. Got to get this color, by the way, is called Farah. I love it. Okay. And it's kind of a sheer. Sorry. By what? Nude Envy. Nude Envy. All right. So let's go to the next question. All right. All right, Sina. Question about a friend of mine named A. All right. What does he think or feel towards me? No romance involved, only a spiritual connection. All right, let's take a look at that spiritual connection. Let's see. I'm just trying to think what deck I want to use. You know what? I'm going to try using the Rose Oracle. I'm going to have to change some bookmarks here that I've got on this browser. You know why I'm telling you that? I'm just talking out loud. Thank you. Thank you. It's really comfortable. It's really moisturizing, and it's not going to leave a big stain. Some of the darker reds do that. And I wanted something fresh. I used to watch Charlie's Angels back in the day. I'm sure many of you did too that are old enough to know. All right. So let me focus on A. I'm going to pull that energy in and I'm just going to ask, what is this bond that you guys feel drawn to each other in a spiritual connection? Probably from the same spiritual group. There's some people have this belief that we have kind of groups that we come here. I like red, but I have to be in the mood, you know? And as I've aged, I tend to be drawn toward the paler colors. It just looks, I like a little more of the sun-kissed, fresh look, you know. I'm a little bit more of a coastal gal, not the red carpet chick in my sweatshirt. Yeah, and then it's kind of fun. I like lip gloss. Same. I just got guys, I'll have to tell you about the new lip gloss I got from Mario. This one, so pretty. And it's called Sunlit by Mario. All right. That's me. And I really like that as well. All right, now I'm going to focus on A. I have to do this. I know it seems like, what is she doing? But it helps me, believe it or don't, to kind of warm up and get in the zone. I know it sounds crazy, but that's how this works. Or something like that. Okay. So far, oh, let me try this. I hope you didn't hear that. All right. A. So what is the spiritual energy? What is this bond? What do we need to know about between A and Xena? Mystic Road. You know what? Retype your question, Mystic Road. All right. Because we had to do another one, but that's the only question I'm taking because theirs is special. Um, hopefully this won't crash on us. I made the adjustments. All right. All right. Feel ready finally. Huh. Decisions. Okay, that's interesting. And it's paired with priestess. There's that spiritual energy, that intuitive connection and a twin-like energy. Now, there's choices connected here, and I'm not quite sure why that's in there, but maybe it'll be more apparent to you later. All right. Choices. And look, let's take a look at the card. Sorry about my voice. But I know my peeps endure my weakness here. Now she's got the lantern, so there's teaching and there's like a journey. And I love this deck so much. And she's got the head of a crow. Mm-hmm. And you know that that connection doesn't always have to be romantic. It might develop into something romantic in time, but maybe not. It can just be like, a very platonic but deeply powerful bond. It doesn't always have to be romantic. Thank you, artist Liz, so I can burp and fart. No, I'm just kidding. Um, there's a balancing act, the energy. I wonder, does that make sense to you, Xena? I'm trying to pronounce it correctly in the Russian fashion. So beautiful. And judging from your picture, you're a beautiful young lady. There's the tower, though. Okay, where are we getting the tower? There's something, okay, we're kind of getting a little warning here, balancing act with this person and the tower. So follow your instinct with this individual. You might have some choices that you'll have to suddenly make when we see the tower. This could be like you're walking on eggshells, or that could come up. I can't get over that feeling with these cards. And if it doesn't make sense right now, I just want you to take the information and put it on the shelf in your mind because it might be something that plays out yet or not. But this looks like a message to me. All right, let me just see what else we're getting with that. Focus. So there's that intensity and the moon and that tele telepathy, like you guys are just that bond, that type of wavelength. But I'm a little concerned, I cannot help but say, with the getting the balancing in the tower, not to like make you afraid or anything. There's something unexpected, something, and it could be like something happens unexpectedly, that where they have had to walk a very careful manner in life. It could be loss of a job. It could be suddenly they have to, move or something like that. It may not always be an end. It might, well, it's an end, but not the storm. Okay. There's some kind of intensity here. Okay, I wanted to say, give them the benefit of the doubt, but there's a little stormy energy coming in there. Some kind of hard time coming, or some kind of tightrope situation that somebody's on. And I don't know if it's you or them, but it's like you're trying to be so careful is the energy. And there's there's rocky energy, okay? Hello, Patricia Self. Love and light to you too, my dear. Thank you for popping in. Anyone that's sticking their head in for a moment, thank you so much. That's really energy. Really, I'm sorry, really interesting energy, Xena, there that I would take mine to. Because it looks like there's such an intensity, and I'm not quite sure what that, and they're not wanting to reveal it to us either. We do get that aspect of the high priest as something that is withheld from us. And then we get the balancing act that in the tower. Those cards do follow it. You'll have to make a choice, and it might be unexpectedly with that tower. There might be some kind of something intense, okay? Just keeping it in mind. Have faith. You get in the card of faith. All right. And listen. This means pay attention once again to instinct. For some reason, this message is important that with this relationship, and I'm going to pull from another deck too, very quickly, because I want to see. Hi, Walter. Yes. So far, so good. We're holding on. Um, not crashed yet. Hopefully, it won't. I'm going to pull a few more cards. I get celebration. So there's that socializing energy, out with friends kind of thing, and leap of faith. I don't know. Maybe there could be an issue of between friends or something, or not liking. But there's something about trust, trusting your instinct and taking a leap of faith and trusting your intuition with this. That's somehow very, very important. So you're meant to chant something here. So we get a merge, and communication is very important. It could be some kind of outside event. You might help this person. It's not necessarily, I don't quite know, but all I can say is something's coming that you're not going to expect. Maybe with regard to this person, trust your instinct and listen to that inner voice. There could be some chaos. And it could be kind of an intense situation that and where you have to make a choice. And just go with your instinct if you're suddenly put up to making a choice that you didn't anticipate. I know it sounds crazy, but that's the message that guides want to get across to you with regard to this, I think, this person. Do let me know what that is about. Um, Let me just pull a few more cards with a different deck, okay, about that person. Just very quickly here with the regular tarot. So let's see about the energy with, I'll ask, is there a spiritual kindredship with A, with this individual, letter A, initial A, and Xena? Is there like a spiritual bond? Um, what's what's the deal? Okay, interesting. Look, 2 and 2 again. Wow, this is weird. Okay, so it's about making a decision again. We're getting things about making a decision. Oh, I see what you're talking about. This connection is not very stable and it may end, but it feels like I don't want it to end. Okay. So there might be something that is yet to happen, though. I'm just kind of giving you a heads up. That energy that we're seeing is a heads up energy of something that is, I think, probably yet to happen. Follow your instinct. It looks like you're faced again. This deck is saying it as well that you will have to make a decision with regard to something with this person. Hmm. And it says for you again to take a leap of faith. But again, with a different deck, Zena, it's saying, I'm sorry about my voice, to take a leap of faith, trust your gut, and a new start, do something new, even if it means alone. And I get the Nine of Cups, though. I get that a sense of satisfaction. This looks like a positive Nine of Cups, but it's something new. So try something new. Um, take a definitely the message will be to trust and take a leap of faith. You'll be happy that you did. I don't know why. And I think you're going to be really struggling to make a choice because it's almost like you don't want to make a choice. Yeah, like you were saying. But wait, there is something about waiting, and it's the cards are telling you to wait. They keep telling you to wait. And I think it's because there's something that you have yet to experience for you to follow an instinctive choice, but you have to make it. The lovers. Okay, there's that bond. Now, this doesn't always mean like you have intimate, but it's like it could be just a close friendship too. Although usually it's intimate, you know. So we are picking up on the lover's card, and there's some new. There's something new, a new relationship. Now, I don't know if this is a new relationship for you coming or for them or what, but somehow just take this information. There's a new relationship I see starting, but there is a choice, a decision. Things will heat up and pick up an activity and communication. And it looks pretty good though. You despite the fact that we did get the tower, then we have the card of home, like your home or residence or where you're at, the family home, maybe meeting family, I don't know, or visiting family, feeling at home. The Hermit and the Two. That's really interesting. But here we have the two, but yet loners. Is this walking away from a relationship? I don't know. I don't know that that's necessarily it. There could be wisdom here. There's that spiritual aspect that you guys kind of go to the beat of a different drummer. Hmm. I do get death. There could be some kind of an ending, though. I do see some sort of an ending and a new beginning, and it might be with someone else. Wow. A spiritual connection? Yes. Definitely there was a spiritual connection and is a spiritual connection. But you're going to be called for some reason to use your intuition, and only you will be able to tell us later, because I don't have the I'm not and out of my body and kind of, looking at this, but you guys definitely have a spiritual connection there. Let me just ask once again about the spiritual connection. So, spiritual connection, you know what? I'm going to grab this deck, the Kathy Nichols deck. just felt like I need to do it. Okay. Thank you for being patient with me. All right. I just feel like I need to look at this because there's such an interesting message here that you're getting. And sometimes this is how we get it, and we don't see how it fits until after some event is kind of come and gone. But let's just see. Can you show us, please, the spiritual, if there's a spiritual tie connection, what the energy is like, if there's a spiritual bonded energy? I mean, we all do because we are all connected, but like some of us, have been around each other a little bit more. Between A and Xena, can we see the energy of that bond, please? With these cards, give me 4 cards that's you, spirit, my higher self, and my mentors, my spiritual guides would say is their correct energy. What's that energy around them? Communication again. Oh my goodness. Something with communication with you guys. So, yes. And it has to do with how I said telepathy earlier? I'm wondering if this person wants me in his life. I do too. I don't know. Um, but there's blocked. Okay. And you know how we were getting the twos? There's a block there. So there's some kind of communication block with this individual. And there might be some things maybe you don't know. All right. That's making a little more sense to me. Strength, be flexible, go with the flow. You're getting that message again. And intuition, yes, you are. I'm asking about, and you got the strength card with the intuition card. So yes, there is a very strong, I would say, spiritual connective energy, like you guys could finish maybe each other's sentences, but there's some kind of a block. And he and you may not realize that it's there. Um, and I just think there's something that may come around that might help that to clear. Just follow your instinct with him and read him carefully, I surely think there's definitely past life, yeah, for sure. And artist Liz thinks so as well. And I would say this person, I think, does on a deep level, but maybe afraid. And maybe fear is often why we block things. Um, but there's a communication issue. So just keep talking because you can play this reading back and you will see that each deck, I've used 3 different decks now, and they're giving us the same message. It's all about needing to communicate, focusing on communication with this person, being very kind of careful, find balance and trusting your instinct. And you do have spiritual energy with this individual, but there's some kind of something that needs to be cleared. All right. So keep us in the loop because I'm so curious about this, what we saw. And, with whatever you're willing to share, Zena. Just follow your gut, your trust your heart, your spiritual instinct. Okay, I will follow my instinct and read him carefully. Thank you so much for your insight. This is very deep and helpful reading, Maya. You're welcome. You're welcome. I never know, what how it's gonna come and go. But that made some kind of sense. So very interesting. All right. Yes, prayers up. Again, I want to say for Texas and Kerr County, my goodness, I'm very concerned for people. All right. Always. And I've got my timer LED candles with my Padre Pio lead candle going there for us. So I'm uplifting everyone's intentions. All right, Gina, you're next, and then Erica. Do you see a new car soon? Where is that new car? Gosh darn it. All right, let's see. Now I'm going to try a different deck. All right. This one's called the Rose Bell Oracle. Let's give it a shot, you guys. I'm going to get another sip of coffee. And you know what? I'm also going to take my antihistamine. We got everything blooming out here. And it's beautiful. My roses were beautiful this year. Oh, I've got to share pictures. My mom took some with you all. You'll have to excuse the rest of the yard because, anyways, that deck has a good feeling to it. Which one, honey? You mean Kathy Nichols' deck? Oh, I didn't use that one, did I? Or did I? No, I did. I did. Yeah, that was the Kathy Nichols deck. And now I'm going to use the Rose Bell. This one's kind of more simplified, but let's just see what we get. I think it might speak to the type of reading. And it gives me a chance to show off new decks. I don't. All right. Got to get these so I can. The Rose deck. Yeah, this is Rose Bell and then the Rose Oracle. I love that one. That's really become a fast favorite. I reach for it almost as equally as I reach for my general, Rider Waite. Usually as kind of a filler, in, so to speak, a clarifier, because it really can pick up some uncanny things. And it's like, I have no way of knowing that. Are you kidding me? All right, let's just give these a good shuffle because these are just brand spanking new out of the box. So we want to kind of cut and shuffle. Okay, new car for Gina. Where's that new car? Is it on the horizon? Is that horizon getting closer? Gosh darn it. Well, hopefully by next weekend we'll have the Scream Yard. We'll have this situation cleared up and I can put my fancy stuff back out again. And my filter. All right. New car for Gina. Is there a new car for Gina? Is that coming? Is that on the horizon? Guides, show us what we need to know. Use 4 cards. Please. It's still foggy here today. But the air is fresh. Inland, not so much. And I am wearing my Heal the Burn with AOC and Bernie. Mystic, if you just type in your question, I will take yours because you were on the other live and I didn't get it. So just type it in here and drop it and I'll grab it, okay? Thanks. All right. The other live just kept, as you know, crashing when I was using I know why. I was using the other setup as well. Love. Thanks. I got it, sweetie. There we go. All right. Now we're cooking. Okay. Let's see what we get, Gina. New car. Oh, I'm sorry, Rashika. I am full up. Okay, new card, Sheena. Let's see what we get for you. Oh, this one wants to, especially since this one wants to jump out. Birth. Well, that's new. So I'm thinking that would be a very hopeful, something new and new for you. Maybe even if it's not brand new, most of us don't. And intelligence. Okay. Yes, I'm sorry, Rashika. I have my limit. Uh, I get Abby and Sagittarius. I'm going to say yes, you do have it coming. There's something new, but with the intelligence, it makes me feel like there's some facts or something there to read up on. But I do feel like it's on the way, energy wise. And now I'm not sure what the Abbey and the Sagittarius might mean. Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, it used to be 10. It used to be 10. Okay. But I have to for the sake of my health. And that's why I do it, Rashika, because I can't be up too long. I'm so sorry. Man's wish and fate. There's some kind of fate here, though. I think that it's on its own time because on its own time line, there's the is that Saturn or is that Jupiter? Always get the two mixed up. But the first few, that's Mercury, and that typically goes with vehicles. I know that because my Virgo sign is ruled by Mercury and vehicles and communication movement. So I'm going to say yes. I think there is a new to you vehicle coming, but there is something around a man or a male energy. Okay. My husband just had to get a used car. And Abby and Sagittarius. I don't know. Tell you the truth, just fiery energy. Maybe that's the car. Kind of a classic or something, Abby. Hmm. So I'm going to say yes. Let's see what else. We'll just, pull a few more just to see what we get. Litigation. That's probably paperwork that you have to have. And lucky card. Well, we like that. So we're getting a card of Scorpio here. And elevation. Yeah, you know what? It's coming. I'm going to say yes, especially those first two. And definitely make sure. It really does feel like yes, like Jackie's saying, to make sure that you don't get taken advantage of. I had to kind of go over some things, with my husband as well. So, oh, Abby makes sense. My rising is in Sagittarius. Oh, see, that is so cool when you guys can fill me in on that. Um, I think it's there, but be careful for sure. Yes, always get an extended warranty for sure. Check the tires. This is the one thing, you know what? My husband just bought his new vehicle and they have this law. The tread is not exactly great, but they can get away with it. So double check and look at the tread on the tires. And if they don't look great, make sure that they are, see if they can't do work on them, lean on them a little bit or something. Always check the tread on the tires. Not kidding. My husband left one time and the car had a blowout. That was another vehicle. Anyway, I do see it. It's coming. All right, Erica, you're next. That's darn tootin' right. And if you have a blowout on the car, you know, just make sure it's as thorough as possible. You're welcome. And let us know what kind you get. We got let's see, um, what's the name of it? It's a Nissan. It's a neat little Nissan. I really like it, but I can't remember the name of it. Not the best with all that, but I'll let you guys know next time. And I really like it. It's a smaller one. We can get the wheelchair in. It's great. All right. So Erica, okay. An old friend in Hungary passed away. I'm so sorry. His name is Laszlo. Leslie in English. Does he have any messages for us? Old mutual friends. Yes, Isadora, make sure that the car is aligned. Let's check and see. Hmm. All right, Laszlo. Let's see, what card deck do you want me to use? Just seeing if I get a pull. I'm getting pulled toward this one. Okay, I've got two different decks. Which one? Which one, Laszlo? Not that one. All right. I think this one, for some reason. I'm going to go with it. I'm going to go with my my gut level. Let's see if it works out. Makes sense. Okay. Very good advice, Isadora. Yes. Last, any message now that you're free and you graduated Earth? Woohoo! Mission complete. But very hard for those that are left behind, right? Yeah, your friend. Oh, thank you, Gina. Oh, no. Isadora says a woman that she worked with was going to buy a car that had a bent frame. I hope she sued the well, since she didn't buy it. That they should be taken to the Better Business Bureau, whoever was trying to sell that. That's terrible. If it's like a used car lot. I mean, that could, anyways. Yeah. Laszlo. Laszlo. All right, I'm going to focus on Laszlo. I'm going to give this a darn good shuffle. What's the message for Erica and friends? Okay. It says this is lamp. So we have light. All right. And new ideas, insight, and guidance. He's guiding you. You will soon find clarity on what is currently puzzling you. Okay, you're getting clarity and light. He's getting answers, I think, too. I'm getting like answers to life's questions, like what was this all about? Like, how does the universe work? Blah, blah, blah. I really, that's what I'm picking up. And I'm getting bouquet. He's giving you flowers. Isn't that beautiful, guys? I love that. And it says joy and beauty and gift, invitation. Have a gift. You have a gift or invitation brightening your day. Well, I think he's in a place of joy and light where he has insight and new ideas. It's very interesting to him. There's beauty in his environment. And I feel like he's extending that to you. Let's see what there's more. It's a really I'm getting a very gentle but aesthetic vibe from him that is because they from my own experience from near death few times uh your thinking is and awareness is different, and many of you probably also have that. um and yeah, I get the same thing, artist Liz. And Erica's saying he is very kind and gentle, good person. Totally that vibe. And I just get that yeah, I've got that artistic, as Liz is saying, kind of a energy that comes from him, and at least an appreciation as well. There's colors. He's giving off about colors and the vitality of the environment. And it's true. Everything there is like what we would feel like would be hyper real, but it's not uncomfortable. It is just so friggin' beautiful. And just like people say, like this is gonna sound like I'm doing drugs here, but like colors are alive, okay? And many people will say, the plants are alive. Yeah, there's a vibe. And he's saying awakening, and he's showing us a coffee maker. So there's a new awareness that he has, energy and clarity again that are also part of that. And it says something important is brewing. Okay. And we're getting the greenhouse. I think for right now, he's more enjoying this lush environment with I like I said how I was picking up on plants, and here I am pulling greenhouse. So I think I'm tracking with him. And you said you think yes, it does. It feels you just are everything. You can feel the energy without without mistake. It says expect positive outcomes from your good deeds and past efforts. Hey, that's nice. And the greenhouse has growth and success and maturity. So he's also, I'm getting a feeling of an elevated older soul. And he's got the energy. He's not low on energy as well. I've got my coffee here, not for nothing. I think it's also another nod of, hey, I'm actually here with you guys. I am drinking coffee right now. I forgot about that. You might think that these are just little coincy dinks, but they're not. These little things matter. And what else? Oh, we're getting cat, independence and freedom. Now, he might also be with a pet. Aren't they beautiful? These are the person that makes them. Now, I don't know even how to write that, but if you look at it, it's off Etsy, okay? And this is claiming independence and um, a freedom and a brightness is also part of there's no pain. It's like he's free of that. And now he's saying trash can. It is better to walk away to make room for something better. So maybe that's a bit advice. Don't hold on to certain things. Sometimes we need to let go in order to make room in our lives for something better. And uh, we've all been there. Oh, took care of his elderly ill patients. God bless him. And he's showing us toaster. Get ready for a delightful surprise that will bring you much joy. He keeps bringing this up. Pop up, sudden, emerging, and joy. So he's saying, let go of something because there's something better that is going to bring you much joy. And so there's a real message about letting go of something in order to embrace, not be holding on to something. If you're holding on, you can't embrace the new because you're holding on. About a condo, I think he definitely could be talking about that because it's about improvement in your life and get ready for something that's a delightful surprise. So just be open. Don't try and put any kind of that's what I find out. Whenever I try and put um, something exact on it, I can miss the point. And it says, change is coming, and there can be some sudden, disruptive, chaotic stuff. Can be a bit messy, but uh, there's the mirror, and it can be triggering. Okay. So situations are revealing parts of you that still need acceptance. Oh, okay. That's good to know. So he's saying there might be some stress. And if you feel triggered, there might be some aspect of yourself that just you need to work on accepting, loving yourself. So he's talking about giving yourselves TLC in the midst of the chaotic earth that we live upon. And sudden changes can bring disruption. And he definitely could be talking about buying the condo. But I say just ask him to help you find the right one. Ask him to help you now that he's so clear. um, and I get safe. Secrets, locked, guard. Guard what is valuable to you. Don't give away your secrets. All right, what's it paired with? And dining room. Gathering and connecting. It's all coming together. What you want wants you. All right. So I think there is something that is safe, locked in place, and guarding your valuables. All right. Could be like make sure you lock your car doors and stuff like that. Just, abundance of caution. But I think it's more about a protective feeling that he's guarding you guys and watching over you guys group. I feel like the dining table would be like a friend's dinner. And I could see you and his friends all talking about him, maybe during someone's dinner party or something. But he's also talking about gathering and connecting. All right. And he's great. He's more than great. We should be so great. One day we will be. Okay, Erica. And see. Oh, and he's talking here about some boundaries guarded and distant. He's talking about maybe that's part of it. Your boundaries are hindering you from pursuing your dreams. So don't maybe look at boundary issues where you might, I don't know if that's relevant, but if it ends up, just take a look. Everyone loved him. And I think he's going to be in communication. I'm just going to finish that because he's giving me, I felt like he wanted me to show this phone, and it says communication, messages, communicate clearly, and create space for open expression. I think he's saying that you can expect some little signs from him at some point. And just mind that you don't have your guard up too high with certain things because we can get in our own way. All right. And he's great. He's clear. He's like bumped up a notch from the lifetime he went through, it looks like. And he's really enjoying it. Looks like the creation of plants and colors. And he feels joy and clarity and energy. I am envious. Great. All right. Let's go to the next question. Isabel. All right. He is very happy. Those cards like made sense to me in an odd kind of a way. And when I get that kind of an energy, it's my pleasure, Erica. You're very welcome. It makes sense. Okay, so here's the last question of the live. Any messages regarding my daughter Johanna? I love that name, Johanna. She is 22 and 20 weeks pregnant, lifting her up and baby. Mystic Road, where's your question? Did I miss it? All right, Mystic Road, I want your question typed out right now. Type it out. You weren't read because I need you to retype your question, okay? I didn't see it here if it was. All right. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and do Isabel, and then you type while I'm doing Isabel's question, okay? Retype your question if you would. Oh, yeah, wait, no. Wait. Did I have you? Erica, Gina. I don't think, no, I don't have you in here. Oh, I did. What's coming for love? Okay. Okay, I'll do it got missed. My bad. But right now I'm going to do but before you is Isabel and then yours. Okay. Cool. Now we know where we're at. So you're next. I got it. I got it. Finally. Thank you. All right, let's take a look. Any messages for Johanna? And then you will be actually the last question. And I do have did I have the love deck? The love deck. All right, let's try this one again. This one is the Kathy Nichols deck again. I love this one. Let's see what we get. I'm going to set this one aside. Okay, Spirit. Any messages regarding Joanna and baby? What do we need to know? Asking Spirit, spiritual guides. Message for and about Johanna and baby. For Isabel. I love that name. I love Isadora's name and Isabel. Those are two of my favorite names. Okay, deck was starting to. All right, let's see what we get. I am getting incantation. Okay. And that is usually like a song or a chant or a repeated prayer. The story the parrot told. Let's see what else we get. Finder of lost things. Finder of lost things. Okay, so let's just take a look at incantation together with the finder of lost things. Okay. Finder of lost things, the elephant cares for small things of the world with the greatest tenderness. He will help you find lost items, people, and even emotions. I think that's this child. This child is going to, I think, bring people together. I don't know why I want to say that, but it's just kind of coming out. So I'll let it. Let's see what else. And words evoke worlds. Incantation. Words evoke worlds. Use your words carefully. Success in writing and public speaking. There is something here about the words you use. That's okay. We're almost done. I've just got two more. Well, I'm doing one, and I got one more question after this. And so, folks, from now on, just come and put your questions in ahead directly into the live chat when I put up a live, because they go quick. So we're also getting, let's see, what else am I getting from that? Incantation, words evoke worlds, and using them, maybe they're going to be a writer, or I'm for some reason, I don't know why, I'm getting written songs or songwriter. Okay. I don't know why. Okay. Success. So that's good. And I get the word right here in this flower. It says wake. I think this child is like an old soul, not to be corny, but yes, look, beauty, unicorn, a rare beauty too, unique with success. Maybe they're going to have success in life, maybe writing songs or books or something, and maybe something about the past or past mysteries, even. I don't know why I want to say this, but I do. All right. And let's take a look at the beauty card, just to kind of rare spiritual or physical loveliness. Attention toward outward appearances as manifestation of inner beauty. I think there's a lot of artistic energy around this child and your daughter. What else? With the success. I feel like it's something that this child's going to do. Good fortune, right action and victory in all things, triumphing over obstacles to achieve a higher purpose. I think any kind of issues, I think will be overcome with the success. I feel like this is this child's destiny, that there's some kind of written or artistic ability, and there's success, and it's very unusual, it's unique. Going with the flow, okay, is important. And sister, this person will always have your back. There is a bond. And the river makes me feel like it's part of a past life type of a connection. I think it's also a message that if there's a sister around, I feel like there's an energy of having each other's back, of making sure each other's okay, and just kind of a message that in general, if she's worried about anything, that I think things will work out and be okay. She, about the pregnancy, etc. All right. I get love, and the stars are there, and the world. So I feel like this is going to be a successful birth. I think that there is something unique with this child. I think this child is going to be maybe even particularly beautiful, uh, maybe even as a baby. There's something about with beauty that speaks of that. Not that that matters, but there's also interior beauty. And we're getting an older soul that I feel has a connection to writing or music, and something we're connected to past, you know, and finding lost things. So, and there's a map on this. Is this archaeology? I don't know. Or is this something where, again, there's adventure or writing about adventure? Maybe they write adventure books or they're successful in that, and it's rare. I don't know. There's some kind of success that's ahead. And I keep getting that message. I feel like there is a very strong connection here with shooting star. And it says love. And it's before they were born. You've known each other. And I think they're going to be really excited to come into the world too. That's another feeling I get here. And I don't know, is there a little sister around here? Maybe, I don't know. So just let me know how that goes. I think this is going to be very artistic child and very intelligent. Oh my God, the artist, just as I'm saying that. You guys. And a rebel. Oh boy. A unique girl or guy or however they identify. I don't know. This child is going to be an artist and a rebel. All right, there you have that. Let us know, Isabel. And hi, Nicholas. I'm so glad to see that you've popped in for a moment. All right. Now I need to go on to the final one of love, 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 love. Okay, Mystic Road wants to know what's coming in with love. Is there anything? Let's try a different deck now. I'm going to try the personal predictions deck with Trishe Jaimes because I don't get to I haven't used that one very much. Okay, that's more. Here it is. All right. No, that's the government one. All right, personal. I might ask her. God bless this child. Yes, it's very interesting. I'm going to ask Trisha if she's ever going to, because I'm a member of her channel. I'm going to shoot her a message and ask her if she's ever going to print up some of the other ones because so many of us haven't been able to get a copy. All right. Mystic Road. Now I'm going to dial into you. All right, let's see what we get. Mystic Road. So far, we've had a great live here. But I want my bells and whistles next time. StreamYard. Glad to see you're back. Yes, Ellen, thank you. Hey, BC. Yes, do look into how many innocents will be affected by the orange Mussolini. All right. I'll do that as a quick read at the very end. But for right now, this is all right. Mystic Road. See, Nicholas, I'm trying to keep it to just 5 questions from now on, 5 or 6. That's going to be the tops because I don't want to get myself worn out for stealing their citizenship away. I definitely will look at that because we can read that quickly. I think that's definitely on the agenda. All right, Mystic Road. Love. What is coming Mystic Road's way with love? What does Mystic Road need to know about love and intimate relationships? And is there one on the horizon for them? What do they need to know about that? Because they're ready. Let me get a sip of coffee. Sorry, guys. And, it's just enough to be annoying. The little nose drip. All right. Love, Mystic Road. All right, let's see what we get. Creative inspiration. Looks like what was it? Hugh Jackman's wolf creature that he does. I'm blanking. You have two daughters. One is Guatemalan, and Johanna is part Mayan. Oh, that's so. Oh, Maya. That's so cool. Renewed passion. Oh, that's what we want to see now. All right. Well, there's something. Could this be an old flame, I wonder? Renewed passion. And also, there's something maybe through art. Maybe you should go to some art shows, art galleries, and exhibits, museum. Get that creative inspiration energy. I'm serious. That's it, the Wolfman. Yeah. I'm getting a slow pace. All right. I don't like that so much. And comfort zone, though. I'm feeling like they're speaking more to the nature of the person. Maybe they're laid back and kind of easygoing with that comfort zone. That's the vibe I'm getting. Kind of laid back. They're not uh, pushy or in a rush. Chill is the vibe I'm getting. My pleasure, Isabel. Please keep me in the loop about the child. I hope that it was accurate. I get making progress. I feel like you're moving toward this energy. And then I get success and celebration. So there is some social element as well. Um, I really do feel like I would advise you, if you're looking to meet someone, to go to creative events where art and the creative energy is really in use, because it feels like there could be some sparks, maybe some kind of and it could be somebody that you've known in the past. I don't know. Um, Somebody laid back, and I'm getting, like I said, making progress, celebrate big news. I think it's coming. Yes. And reward for effort. And I'm getting like the sense from this message that it's like being patient, Mystic Road, is going to be important. It always is, you know. And really, I think when you do go out, be focused on like, I'm not, enjoying the art, looking for inspiration, because that energy is going to look sexy. I'm serious. That's going to be the draw. Support system. Okay. And I get lost sleep, fatigue. Make sure you get plenty of rest by literally supporting your system, not just people helping you, but support your body. Okay. And any kind of discontent, release and let it go. Don't hold on to past losses. Don't think that this time now is going to be a repeat of the same thing. Allow something new to have room to breathe, you know? Strength is needed because it does look like it could take a little bit of time. Yeah, delays. And here's the patience, all right? That's come back up again. So it's there. But patience is highlighted. This is somebody that you may have known in the past, because it does say renewed passion. Now, if it's not, it just could be that your passion, like it was in the past, could have a surge, like you used to feel, relief, answers, and a new beginning. I keep getting that for you. So, yes, I see a new beginning. It might take a little bit longer than you would like, but don't lose sleep about this. Try and relax. Try and also go to, I'd say, really creative type of events. I think like music, art, whatever. I think that's where you're gonna, you know, meet someone. It's saying I've only got one person in here listening to me. That's sad. I hope not. Okay. And I hope that's helpful to you, Mystic Road. So I am getting that you've got someone coming, but it's going to take a little longer than you probably like. You're getting a big message about being patient with it and letting go of any past losses. Don't compare the current situation in your love life to past issues. Let it go. Let this be fresh. Okay? Seriously, let this be fresh. All right. Now, Nicholas wants to know, I will cover this, and this will be the last one, about people and the citizenship. How many will be affected? Okay, let's just take a look. You know what? I'm going to use the governance oracle because that one would be probably better suited to this question. So let's take a look. More disenchanted MAGA. And I got that a lot of people will be affected in the past. Because, like I've said in the past readings that I've done on him, um, he's here as contrast. He's going to be the worst. Okay. And keeping that in mind can help you to not want to lose your marbles and just, you know, scream. Well, you'll scream, but he's not going to last forever. He does serve a purpose, and we all will have to rebuild from him. But it's apparently what is has been needed to wake people up. And I know that because I've been doing readings off camera, looking at him and getting that kind of a message. But let's clean one, you know? For our last question, let's just take a look and see how Trump will lose favor. Will he continue because of those affected? Let's take a look, especially at his support. Asking about his support through red states, or blue, anywhere, I guess, because they're here too. So, will he be losing more support, more people falling away from that cult as they lose their benefits? This was the one that we were all concerned about, and it's already affecting my daughter, and one of them, and her benefits. She's got to go and get a job and do, more work, and she has a major disability. So let's just take a look. What's the message? What do we need to know, Spirit, about this orange disaster in human flesh? Disappointing results. Okay. Paired with economic growth. Well, this is making sense. I still can't believe that people still back him after all the bad things he's done. Right, Isadora? And we've all probably heard about, you guys have probably heard about one guy that his wife is in detention center somewhere. She doesn't sound too happy, but he still supports Trump. Cannot make it up. I bet she might have some certain feelings. So I'm seeing a further decline in his popularity. People by die-hard supporters. And it does deal with the economic growth. I think more of them seeing that it's for the rich, not for them. For money and power. Duh, we all tried to tell you. You know, you guys saw how much I shuffled this deck. Tyrannical leadership. Are we on a roll or what? No, he won't make it through this term. And I've always gotten that. I can't say exactly when for sure, but my gut has always been around 2.5 years, like of that term total is going to be like where he's just like, you know, losing and has to walk away or is going to walk away. Fraudulent conduct. Let's just keep going, if y'all don't mind. Let's see where this leads. Paired with corruption revealed. Yeah, well, yes. More and more people, especially people that have supported him, are going to be very disappointed because the economy, and he's enriching himself very clearly while we've tried to tell them that he would rob them silly, but they just had to, find out. Yes, me too. And I see that we are going to have just a time where the amount of information that will come out is going to be crazy. Oh my God, you guys, I'm serious. Crypto uncertainty. Him and his little cryptocurrency. Strategic move. No sugar. So crypto uncertainty. Strategic move. All right, I'm just going to let they're reading themselves at this point. Selfish agenda. Yes, they're going to start to see that he's orchestrating his own wealth at their cost to them, and that he's a selfish person, not going to help them out like he said. Good. Oh yes, and classified information. And that was paired up with selfish agenda. So I think, yeah, he's holding on to classified agenda. We all have kind of thought that. Now this is interesting. Unresolvable differences. People are just not going to be able to, I think, let it go at some point. He's going to go like too far for them. What is too far for these folks? Successful outcome. And I think in that way, global impact, yes, he is affecting. Yes, this is the government oracle. And relentless determination. If that doesn't sum him up and and the global impact that he's having, and he's bound and determined to make the stupidest, poorest choices. I can't make this up. Deliberately obscuring. Yes, he is. He had to classified. Yes, I remember this. The classified folder sent back to Mar-a-Lago. And, I also have gotten things that on him and with that someone's going to come and demand that classified information back from him. like when they raid his place. Yeah, it is, isn't it? I mean, sometimes it isn't, and sometimes it is. But boy, when it is, it's burning hot. So deliberately obscuring is paired with, hmm, but then we get liberation prevails. Thank God. So I think we will be liberated from his deliberate lies and gaslighting eventually. And more people are not going to be able to excuse it, is what I get from this. What else? There's going to be a beneficial impact, but we also get economic challenge. Not going to be necessarily easy, but I think that the beneficial impact, I think, will be that because he's destroyed so much, we've been going to be rebuilding things and perhaps redefining things the way that they should have been. I'm going to pull just two more cards and then I'll end the live. Strained relations. Was that him and Elon? I think that's going to be him and the GP and MAGA. Lacking readiness. Only always. They're sloppy. They don't know what they're doing. They are not fit for the jobs that they have. That's way over their heads. He's going to be frustrated with them because they're not going to be having things ready the way when he wants, as he wants. You know, he's little Lord Fauntleroy. Oh, this is weird, but not really. Wait till you see this. Controlled speech. That's only like Stephen Miller type of energy talking in his ear. So he's a puppet. He's just repeating what someone else tells him to say. And so people, I think maybe will start, some of those that haven't realized that might start to open their eyes. And we get true to their word. Well, we tried to tell them, yes, he will do these things. And they're saying, no, no, he won't. Shadow ruler. And that makes sense too when we got controlled speech. We know that there are shadow rulers where he's concerned. Providing intervention, some kind of intervention. Okay, what's this? Who? There's a hidden clause, some kind of loophole or law, I think. Maybe someone's going to be able to use to stop him in some way, or at least some of his nonsense, because Miller is telling him what to do. Oh, he's such a terrible person. Shaping the future. Not sustainable. Because nothing he does is going to work out. He does not construct, he only destroys. And therefore, he was not going to last. Oh, the blame game. Yes, we're well aware of that. And I'm getting retains authority, misleading headlines, shifting alliances. Looks like a hot mess within him and the GOP, back and forth. You know, I think while he's losing power, it's going to get really ugly. Yes, it will. And shadow operation. I feel like that becomes clear. Balancing priorities, bottomless money pit, deal made, knowledge withheld. We're going to find out a bunch of this stuff. Market volatility and military control. Yep, good intentions. Now, that can't be him. All right, what's going to happen with that? Probably F all. Shifting dynamics. Well, that's interesting. there could be a shift coming in. You know how it's said that there's something that just will not be like excused? That to me says there's something, a dynamic, I think also within the GOP. This has got to be something here. Voices, voice of the people, we the people want you out, jerk clown. Intimidation tactics, calling him out. Power of persuasion, because he's losing influence on his empty promises. That's what people are going to have to really, I think, get across to others if they can. There will be seeds of prosperity, but not with him because he's lacking control. So, environmental concerns and dodging the question, I think people are just going to see that he's not to be trusted. There we get trusted advisor and selling secrets. Nice. I think we're being told that he's just going to bring us down to rock bottom behavior that people cannot ignore, to the point that eventually, look what I get. Forced hand and stepping down. He's going to have to leave. So I'll leave it at that. He will have to leave. Forced hand, stepping down. And look at the face. That would be about right. Just out of curiosity, unwavering stance. Well, he always doubles down. And trying to work on a solution, I bet. Covert corruption. Open negotiations. He's going to try every... Not going to work. He's going to go. Mounting tension. I'm sorry, you guys. And foreign threats. People are going to wake up. It's coming. He's going to be forced out. Okay, we see that. So just keep that in mind. Every day you hear something stupid when you just think you've had enough. Go read a book. All right. Okay, guys. I love you. And I might be trying something, some new things, like make some new videos where I do maybe a little book reading. Maybe we'll talk about that later. All right. You guys, I will catch you in the next live next Sunday at 3. All right. Thumbs up if you appreciate readings like this. Bye. Thanks, you guys. I love you.